last week on the show, we were talking some Cavs, Chris, and we were doing the Evan Mobley for Giannis debate, and then Big Play made some noise on social for the Jared Allen versus Draymond Green debate. This week, the latest mock trade or offseason happening for the Cavs came courtesy of the Bill Simmons podcast. Bill Simmons proposed the Cavs trade Jared Allen and DeAndre Hunter for LeBron, or LeBron James opts out of his contract and signs the mid-level exception with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Chris, I feel like we know where I fall on this as a show. Does a 41-year-old LeBron make this team that much better than Jared Allen and DeAndre Hunter? I'll ask you first.
First of all, is this even possible with the apron? Are both of these scenarios something that can happen? Because I see a lot of things thrown out there on Twitter. I see it all around social media, and they aren't actually possible with the way that we're financially constructed right now. But I'll go with the assumption that we are. And if we are under either of these scenarios, I still don't think so. I don't think I make a move right now for LeBron James. I like the core as it is. I know that we've been rough in the playoffs the last few years, and they haven't shown and met expectations once the lights are the brightest, Nick. But at the same time, this is a really young core. And I don't know if adding a LeBron James right now helps or hinders this team to get to the next level. I know, it sounds really good on paper. It sounds like, boy, this is the answer. This could be the silver bullet. You bring on the guy who's still, in my mind, the face of the NBA right now, and certainly loved in Cleveland for what he did here. Boy, that sounds like it'd be very tempting, but I don't think it's going to help us get to that next level the way a lot of people think it will.
Yeah.
Including yourself, by the way.
As somebody that wants it to happen, the trade is a little rich for my blood. I don't know that I'm getting rid of Jared Allen and DeAndre Hunter.
Who's
for
the
a guy
big in the middle in that situation?
I mean, it would be Mobley, which I want. Here's the thing. Here's what I would do, Chris. Wouldn't you much rather, if LeBron, in either of these scenarios, LeBron would have to want to come back. He has a no trade clause. So this isn't happening unless LeBron wants to come back. Then just opt out of that deal with the Lakers and come back in free agency. It is kind of the route that I would much rather see.
And he'd have to
them
sign
take.
for like the veteron minimum at that point, right?
The Cavs have the mid-level exception, so he'd be able to make a good bit more than the minimum. But my thing is I would then trade Allen for a matching contract to agree with that second apron, because I don't even think that the Allen and Hunter for LeBron works in the second apron unless you do a smaller move first. You're also losing both Jerome and Merrill in that scenario. Like, that's just all too convoluted in and of itself. But for the people in my mentions that wouldn't welcome LeBron back in free agency on a mid-level exception, I think you're absolutely nuts, because then that gives you the flexibility to do a Jared Allen trade and to clear the way for Mobley to become that bona fide 5, that alien 5 that we want him to be, that could stretch the floor and shoot the 3, take guys off the dribble, do all of the things that you see these bigs that are remaining in the playoffs do. That's what Miles Turner does. That's what Karl Anthony Towns does. That's what Evan Mobley can do, but Jared Allen is in his way. And I think having a LeBron James in that locker room will unlock these guys the rest of the way. Even Donovan Mitchell, even Darius Garland, who are all-star players in their own right. I just can't believe that there are people in Cleveland, Ohio that have slammed the door shut, completely shut. It's a non-starter to them to have the conversation about LeBron back in Cleveland, because if it wasn't for LeBron, our title drought is probably still ongoing.
Oh, not probably. It definitely is. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, it seems like a bridge backwards for us. I really don't think at my core that adding him, maybe under a mid-level exception, maybe if you do it through that route, I could see a possibility there. But I really, Nick, I mean, the future of this team is going to be the young guys. It isn't going to be LeBron James. I think that's really a bridge to nowhere here.
And